eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Let's get this up. Oh, I forgot one thing here. Load up the Twitch app here so that I can read my text on my phone. Makes it a little bit easier until I get that second monitor. What's up, Long Rise? How you doing, buddy? Let me turn this a little bit more here. Let's try to get more of my setup. There we go. Forgot to change that camera. First in the room. Yeah, you beat everybody, man. So how you doing today? Turn this down a little bit more. Is the music at an acceptable level? Does it sound okay? I'm gonna keep it fairly low. Okay, so right now I just was drawing some hot rod tractor stuff. Just using this book. Bunch of farm tractor reference. Long time ago, actually it was on my first book. I actually made some hot rod tractors and saw this book on my shelf and said, man, I want to do that again. Just for fun, so I think I'll probably just play with this for now while I'm waiting on people to kind of roll in and mosey in and stuff. I do not have enough space. Can you hear me okay? I think, yeah, it's registering. Just want to be sure. If he stepped away for a little bit. Let's see here. So what you been doing today, Long Rice? Anything? Been working? Hey, Z-Dog, how you doing, man? Good to see you back. So what's new with you, Z-Dog? Anything going on? Not much, not much. Right on. So tonight I just was I was playing around with some tractors. I did a bunch of hot rod tractors for my first book, and I came across my reference book for all these tractors, and I decided to just pull it out and have some fun with it. Oh, you're sick right now? That's a bummer, man. Definitely going around. It's no fun, man. Like how bad? Like flu or cold or... Bad cold. So you feeling all achy and stuff then? I hate that. So since you're talking to me right now, is there anything in particular you'd like to see me work on? Like I was thinking about just doing some freestyle sketching and just sketching whatever tonight and just having some fun. And then I am gonna work on that Boba Fett piece and also the I want to start doing this card art. This is gonna be the backs of the cards. Actually, I should just show it here. It's probably a better picture. So I worked on that the other night of the stream. This is just the rough sketch, so I need to go in and start cleaning it all up, making it look pretty. Oh, you're gonna go to bed. Right on, man. That's cool. No big deal. I understand. You're not feeling good. You're not feeling good. I appreciate you stopping by, though. Always like having people visit the stream that I've talked to before. It's cool. I'm going to try to slip in some earlier streams because I know people like you can't do this. And then I'm also going to... of course, I post all my streams too afterwards at YouTube and also... also here on Twitch, all my old streams are left on there. So wonder what happened to Wolf, man. I was talking to him and he got silent. Probably doing something. Hey, everybody that's coming in right now, welcome. Just playing around with some hot rod tractor designs, just for fun. My when I was a kid, I used to visit my grandpa's farm all the time. They live in Colorado, and he always used to let me ride on the tractor as a kid. And I used to even drive the tractor a lot of times. We'd go out in the field, and he'd let me drive the tractor when we do what they called irrigating. Some people might be familiar with that, and others may not. But it was he would basically move around the pipes to water the field and everything, and to supply all the water to the different crops and stuff like that. And even as a kid, I loved the tractor so much, and I thought it was super cool. As far as, it was kind of one of the first vehicles I ever drove as a kid. I mean, I was probably I think I started going out there when I was 6. Yeah, I think I was about 6 years old. And he'd hand the wheel over to me, and I'd drive that thing around, and he would get off the trailer and move the irrigation stuff around. And it was good memories at the farm for me as a kid. And then I had several cousins too, and we'd all ride on the tractor together on the wagon and stuff in the back. That was, as a kid, that's one of the coolest things you could ever do. Ride on that big farm equipment and stuff. So later tonight, I'll be working on that Boba Fett piece, and then the card art, which I already talked about. Then I'll be going over. I was just going to sit here and do some sketches, kind of hoping some more people filter in, and I'll start doing some more drawings, just kind of random stuff, whatever people want. If they have any suggestions, if they want to see me draw something in particular, I'd like for it to be vehicle related. I really don't do characters. Anything mechanical. But yeah, just remembering back to those days when I rode was at the farm. When they lived in Colorado, they had tons and tons of land, and we used to just go hike in the back fields forever, and we'd find arrowheads and all kinds of stuff. Everything from Indian pottery. We got to go around the Indian ruins and find all kinds of cool stuff. There was also this old junkyard that was out there, and my cousins and I would go through all that stuff and pick up bottles and I don't know what else was out there, old car parts, old farm equipment, all that kind of stuff. It was fun. So what I'm doing now is just thinking about this this tractor, and obviously this is the stock one. So what I was doing is chopping it and lowering it and make it into more of a hot rod type feel to it. And then using some reference up here, I have a tractor book that's sitting above me here that's got all kinds of, tractors in it, obviously. So just using that for reference and stuff like that. All right. So color in some of the tire here. Then I'll probably I'll start the card art next. Get that started, and the card deck I'm working on is coming along really nicely. It's all Hot Rod inspired, and will be, each of the face cards is redone. All the aces have been done. So all the kings, the queens, the jack, jokers. What else? All the aces, all that stuff is being redone in the deck. Should have a neat feel to it, I think. It seems like it's coming together pretty good. Oh, man, I shifted direction there. That stinks. What's up, Ion? How you doing? You're a bit confused? Why are you a bit confused, man? Let's see what else. Let's get some headlights on this thing. I think, let's see. Let's push them out more towards the front. Oh, let's see here. It's reading pretty well on the screen. Oh, man. Oh, hey, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know anything about that stuff. I mean, if there is an issue, obviously you have to be a certain age to do this stuff or whatever. Let's see. Hey, Wolf, you still around, dude? You take off, man. Must have had to take off. All right. I think the wheel needs some work now, looking at that. Let's see, that has a lot of bolts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see, let's get some more lines in there. Yeah, let's get some more shading on this wheel, make it start looking more realistic. Oh man, I got to sneeze. I started to sneeze and it didn't come out, man. Yeah, it's actually a hot rod tractor I'm working on right now. Oh, let's see here. Hey, what's up, Prince of Motley? How you doing, bud? Good to see you over here. Long time no see. Are you all done? Is JD all done streaming for the night? Oh yeah, I guess you haven't been by here before, huh, Prince? Yeah, we're just it seems pretty quiet right now. I usually have a few guys in here from Australia and such. They get in here, but it's pretty quiet. Had one guy that usually is in here, and he said he was sick, so he took off. But hey, thanks for stopping by, Prince. I appreciate it, bro. Right now, I just was really not doing much of anything, just drawing tractors. I was going to start my card design project. Actually, since you're here, Prince, I might as well show you some stuff that I've been working on. So you can kind of see what some of the projects I got going in here. Let's see here. This was something I did the other night, just a hot rod based on using an R32 engine from a Nissan Skyline. Oh, you know what? I put my original artwork away. Shoot. Let me grab it real quick, because I kind of want to show you. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, that was fun. I think JD stopped in when I was drawing this, and I got raided that day. It was nuts. Made my stream break and everything, and I was drawing this car. You said your goal is to get a train going one day? You mean a drawing of a train? Or you mean like a real train? I'm assuming a drawing. So anyways, this is some of the artwork that I've been working on, and this is actually a card. This is the Jack of Clubs, and it's combined with this piece of artwork here. And if you check out my Instagram page, which is below, you can get to all of my artwork, and you can see I composited this piece of art with this, and it's in the Jack of Clubs layout on the card. And then all the aces are going to get a treatment too. So this is the ace of spades. And I've gone through and basically redone every single card. Some of these sketches are bad, but some are good. So this is some of my really, really rough vehicle stuff. You can kind of see that. But I was going in here. I was going to show you some of the rough card art that I've done so far in my Boba Fett trucker. I took Slave One and made it into a truck. So this initially started it all. This was the ace of spades. It's not well done, but it was an early idea. And then this was the ace of hearts. Yeah. And again, really, really rough. And then this ended up being a little bit more refined version of the ace of spades. And then I took that artwork and made it into this. And then I've roughed out all the aces in here. So, yeah, you're asking me if I'm a motorhead? Yeah, big time. I actually went to school for transportation design, and I did an internship at Ford, and actually I just did an internship at Ford for a while, and then later on worked at Hot Wheels. So I've always been in the auto industry in some form or fashion. So anyways, going to this too, so all the kings are going to be trucks. So I drew all hot rod style trucks for that. And again, all this artwork's going to get cleaned up. Some of these I don't really care for, but I'm going to redo them and stuff and make them really cool. So all the queens are kind of really rounded, kind of softer shapes and stuff. So these were all the rough sketches I did for those. And then all the jacks, originally I was thinking about all the cars being jacked up on jack stands. But I later decided that I liked the gasser stuff better. It's like they're jacked up in the air. So these will all again get cleaned up. So this was that car here that I showed you earlier. So this is the one that got cleaned up from that. So this is a 41 Willys gasser. So anyways, that's kind of what I'm working on. And then on the side, this actually was a rough sketch for the initial composition of the card. And that's about it. So that's kind of what I'm working on. That's like my main deal. And then I'm going to do a Kickstarter campaign to launch the card deck and sell that. And then the other stuff I've been working on, I just designed like this Boba Fett hot rod, real futuristic thing using all the characteristics from the Slave One ship. So thanks, man. I appreciate it. I think it'll be pretty cool. And then right now, I just was literally just playing around drawing tractors and stuff. So how late is it for you, Prince? Isn't it kind of late? Oh, shoot, I actually ended up drawing this wrong here. Oh well, another. You'll put some money down? Nice, man. Cool. Yeah, I'm hoping to launch that thing probably either... Well, I wanted to do it this month, but I've kind of haven't been moving as fast on the artwork as I wanted to. So I got to step it up. I got to get faster here at it and start cranking it out. I probably need to do it on my off nights too. Oh, you're the same time. Oh, well, you're the same time as me because I'm in California. So that's cool. So, oh yeah, I think, aren't you, you're up in Canada, right? I think I remember JD talking to you one night or something like that. I wonder why that thing's auto-focusing so much. Oh, on the island of Vancouver. Nice. I think I remember JD talking about that too. Or no, maybe he was complaining about Portland, wasn't he? It was Portland he was talking about. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop doing this and probably work on that card art now. And let me do the wheel. Anything particularly you'd like to see me draw, Prince? I could do it, dude. As long as it's vehicle related. Everyone loves a Canadian. Yeah, the only area I've been in Canada is mostly Toronto. And then, there's another town that I was in outside of Toronto. Tiny little, like, farming town. But the place I used to work at before, they had a distributor out there. And they sold the helmets that I worked on all the time. Oh, you have to lurk? Okay, that's fine. No big deal, man. I don't know how much talking I'll end up doing because not too many people are here tonight, which is okay. It's not a big deal. So you must be working late tonight then, huh? That's a bummer. Oh, you take the work home? Yuck. That's no good, man. Well, since you're sitting there lurking, I'll give you a little history on myself if you want. I was actually born in Texas, and then at the age of 3 we moved out here to California, and I was born in El Paso, Texas. Nice little town, huh? And my dad actually was a pastor there, and he got a job out here in California and took that because he became a senior pastor at a church. He's still at the same church today. So pretty much grew up out here in California, and have lived here ever since. Only time I ever really lived away was when I did my internship in Detroit, and when I went to Ford, I actually lived in Dearborn for a bit, about 4 months, I believe, if I remember right. So it was fun out there. It was pretty cool. And then as a kid, I just constantly drew and stuff. Never explored the States. Yeah, it's pretty fun, man. I mean, with my job, a lot of the places that I worked, I always have had to deal with manufacturing, so I've been able to travel quite a bit. And then I was on my own for a while, for about 6 years. And I used to travel to hot rod shows, and I got to go over to Paris, actually I went to Belgium and Belgium, France, and Germany and England all in one trip. The furthest you've been is Hawaii. It's not a bad place to go, I'll tell you that. I was just there this last summer, man. Oh, so nice. This guy that he was in here earlier. I'm not sure what happened to him, but Long Rice at the very top of the chat there. He lives in Hawaii. He's a translator over there. And then you've been to Washington, Yakima. I've never even been to Washington myself. I hear it's beautiful up there. I've been barely into Oregon. My company's based in Idaho, so I go over there once in a while. Yeah, you've been to China? I've been to China a lot. A lot. What do you go to China for? Would not recommend Yakima. All right, I won't go there. Where else have I been? I've been to I go to Taiwan now because we get a lot of manufacturing done in Taiwan for the company that I work for. And then I've been to Japan. I've been to Japan 2 times. I've been to Japan 2 times. And then I've been to Korea. And then I've been to Japan 2 times. And then I've been to Korea 2 times. And then I've been to Japan 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 2 And then still some in China. Oh, wow. So you're studying banking over there, huh? Oh, that's cool. How was that? Or how long were you there for? Yeah, it is. It's pretty fortunate to get to do all that stuff with your job for sure. Uh, Anymore, I don't enjoy it as much just because I hate being away from my family and stuff. Um, yeah, I don't like to travel like I used to. It's just not as much fun. Now, if I get to travel with the family, it's not as bad. All right. Most of the studying was done here and the drinking there. Yeah, I tell you, some of those. I know when I used to travel over there, some of those guys really used to drink quite a bit, man. It's kind of crazy. I don't mind a little bit, but I don't like to overdo it anymore. I hear my kids getting in trouble right now. Kind of funny. All right, I'm gonna stop this now. I'm gonna move on to the card art here. Apparently it means Fina? It didn't go well. I was told gum. Oh, Compe, yeah. Compe. Gombe? Oh, yeah, I guess they do say it kind of like that. I've heard Compe before, too. Yeah, when you start hearing that, you know you're in trouble. No more Compe. I remember saying that one time. No more Compe. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and start doing this now. Get some engine stuff done. I kind of want to draw on that Boba Fett thing, but I really need to get some of this stuff done, so... let's keep that up there. Oh, it apparently means you finish your drink. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. That's funny. Alright, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. I'll probably stream until 11. So I'll probably work on this for about 30 minutes, and then I'll probably work on the Boba Fett drawing for about 30 minutes, I think. Uh-oh, I'm totally out of focus. Focus. What's going on? There we go. Hey to everyone, anybody that's showing up to the stream here. Kind of uneventful so far, but just doing some small talk, talking about life. Tonight I'm working on the my card deck artwork, and then after that I'll probably work on the Boba Fett drawing for a while. Boba Fett car picture, or hot rod picture, whatever you want to call it. Can I turn this water up a little bit more? I mean, turn the light up a little bit more? I don't think I can. It's as bright as it goes, I guess, huh? Maybe I'll turn that down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I can see it a little bit better. So anyways, I was telling you, Prince, just a little bit about my life. So I don't know, where did I leave off at? I guess I was talking about lived here in California pretty much all my life. Moved when I was 3. I ended up getting into all this artwork stuff kind of when I was pretty young. I saw Star Wars was kind of my biggest thing, and Star Wars turned me on to the whole, believe it or not, concept world back then, man. I was able to get a hold of some of the concept art books from that movie. I'm not sure when they came out though, because I mean that stuff was just, you know, it was unheard of back then. I mean, if you said the word concept art when Star Wars, no one would have known what the heck that was. And so when they got a hold of a concept art book, I want to say that it actually wasn't. It was actually a concept art book for Empire Strikes Back. And so I got. Actually, it might have. Yeah, no, I think it was Empire Strikes Back was the first one, and I loved all the design work they did for like the Tauntauns and stuff. And then later on, I got a concept art book for Return of the Jedi, and that stuff just, oh my gosh, I actually drew out of that thing constantly, totally copying all the Star Wars concept design work back then. I remember one of the times my grade school had a competition for a Oh, hey, don't worry about interrupting, man. You can all you want. I'm just trying to make small talk right now so that you have something to listen to. And if I'm boring, you let me know, man. Maybe you don't want to hear any of this stuff. But anyways, when I was in grade school, they had a competition where they wanted to draw a mascot, because actually our school did not have a mascot back then. And so I took one of the Ewok drawings from Return of the Jedi and made it into a school mascot. Now that it didn't stick, obviously, but it was kind of funny. And so everyone loved the drawing, but obviously, you know, I copied it for one thing. And I remember they ended up doing some cougar cub or something like that. Obviously, as a kid, I was like, that's stupid. Every elementary, some dumb cougar cub. Why not be an Ewok? So, I thought it was funny, and then later on, I kept drawing as a kid. Actually, my parents got me into an art class in the city we lived in, and it was good. I mean, we did a lot of like figure drawing. I remember drawing a lot of horses for some reason, and animals. I got really big time into animals. And I started drawing. I started doing this real fine, like pen and ink drawings. So I'd use those rapidograph, really thin tips on them and stuff. So they just took forever to do. So I'm not sure. I don't remember how I would draw it. I think I drew it by pencil originally, and then I would go back and no, it wasn't. I think I roughed it out in charcoal or something. I don't remember now at this point, but my grandfather was a big time deer hunter. He loved to hunt, and so I did some pictures of deer and gave it to them. And then after that, I kind of got into drawing birds of prey, and drew a lot of eagles, a lot of bald eagle stuff, hawks, falcons, all that. I was doing all pen and ink and that stuff too. I remember doing some plants too. I think I did some still life. As a kid, you're kind of searching for what you want to do and draw and get into and stuff like that. And so I got really into the animal stuff. And then I think probably, I don't know, that was probably like in fourth, fifth grade, I think, that I was doing all the animals. And then my dad actually was always kind of a car guy. He loved cars. He had some really cool cars growing up as a kid. And one of the cars he had that I remember the most, and I'd still like to have one of these one day, he had a Mercury Cyclone. And it was just, if you've never seen a Mercury Cyclone before, look it up. It's a crazy looking car. And it had this real aggressive front end on it that just jetted out. Super aggressive front end on the thing. And I think about that time I started really loving cars. And I started drawing cars as a kid. I remember getting into the whole supercar thing. As a kid, you obviously love Ferraris and Porsches. And I remember having a car poster in my room of the Vector. I don't know if you remember what that car looked like. Yeah, you just saw that car. Isn't that thing crazy? And to be honest with you, I never see those things around either. I mean, I don't know when I ever saw one. I actually almost tried to get one that was up in Alaska at one time. And it had a 427 in the thing. Super killer car. And so later on, anyways, I started drawing like all these supercars and stuff like that. Lots of Ferraris. I think most of the time that was my car of choice. Yeah, you love that era of American cars. I agree, dude. I'm totally with you. I actually have a 67 Pontiac Bonneville. It's a pretty unique looking car too. But it's under construction right now. I don't know if hopefully I'll get to finish it someday. Just not a major priority right now, but I have it. But it's a fun car too. It's pretty unique. Big old Pontiac. It's like, I think the car's like 19 feet long. It's huge. So yeah, then I started drawing cars at a, probably like, I'd say probably around 6th grade or something like that. And then I actually kind of started getting out of drawing cars and actually drawing, period, as I got into high school. But I kept drawing. I kept drawing quite a bit in junior high, thinking about it now. I was in an art class in junior high that had a really good teacher, and I remember we just did all kinds of stuff. I remember one of the things we did was macrame, like, these big old macrame pieces that you like crochet or whatever. I don't even know what you call it, man. It was funny though, man. That thing was so ugly now that I think about it. It's like all this tan and brown. It was totally like something you'd think that you'd see out of the 70s. I mean, I was going to junior high in the 80s, so obviously there's a lot of residue left from the from the 70s and the 80s. But we also did like a bunch of like leather stuff. I remember, as a kid, you kind of do all kinds of crazy art stuff. You're trying everything. But my favorite was always the drawing part. I love that. And and did a lot. I remember doing stuff for school posters and things like that. And then as I hit high school, that's when I started slowing down quite a bit, drawing. And but I did continue to take like kind of some art classes, or not really art classes. I took architecture and drafting is what I took. So a lot of technical type stuff. Learned quite a bit doing that. That was actually really, really good for me. Did drafting 1 year and architecture, I think 2 years or something like that. So I learned a lot as far as, as drafting is concerned. I used all the tools and stuff like that, like the mechanical arm and the squares and the T's and all that stuff. Then I remember about that time, my dad actually he got a Mustang, 1967 Mustang, and we redid that together. And then like my passion for cars just absolutely took off. I was every weekend, going to car shows, and I was modifying my Mustang. A lot of the stuff I did myself. I ended up lowering it like a Shelby. I mean, it looked super trick. The thing was sick looking. It was like a medium blue with this cool GT stripe across the bottom. Had a 289 V8 engine in it. Did a bunch of stuff to it. Put like roller rocker arms on it. I think I had like a 600 carburetor on it, if I remember right. High flow intake manifold, all kinds of really cool stuff. And then my passion, like I said, for cars just exploded then, and I started really. Although wait, I take that back. Back in junior high, actually, I did see the Art Center catalog, which was it's a design school out here, and they had transportation design, so you could design cars. And when I saw that, I was like, ooh, that's what I want to do. I want to design cars for a living. So, like I said, then I went to high school and kind of stopped a little bit of the art, but then I still did drafting and architecture and stuff like that. Then by the time I got out of high school, I told my, the counselors there, I was like, hey, I want to design cars. And so at that time, I mean, the word design, even then, I don't know what it's like now in school, but design was it just wasn't understood. Like when I said I wanted to design cars, they took that as, oh, you need to be an engineer, you know? And they said, you should go to, there's a school out here that's known for good engineering called Cal Poly Pomona. And they said, yeah, you need to get in this program. You know, you'll be able to design cars. Well, not really. You aren't designing cars. You're testing cars, and you're coming up with like what they call the package for a car. But it's not really the aesthetics of the car, you know? And I knew when I got into that that's probably not what I wanted to do, but I was like, well, I guess I'll just do it and get started here. You know, as a kid, you don't know that. You don't know what you're totally going in for. So I went to school for engineering, and I got some engineering background. And I ended up failing my chemistry class like 4 times, man. And I really did. I kept giving it the heave ho and saying, man, I'm gonna get this class, and I just never caught on. I don't really know why. It's not that I was flaking off or being lazy about it. I just didn't comprehend it, and it was just an absolute struggle for me. So finally, I changed my major to graphic design and got into doing the graphics. And so I took like all kinds of lettering classes and a calligraphy class, and what else? I remember designing labels for a drink. We had to make up our own drink and make these labels. And then I had, I don't know what else we did. I can't remember. I remember a lot of the stuff was kind of dumb, and I didn't really like it. It was very I don't even know how to explain it. I felt it was very juvenile. Like it didn't make a lot of sense to be doing. Like their graphic design program was not. It wasn't up to par compared to what some other schools have out there. And I didn't really like it all that much, but I knew I couldn't go back into engineering. So I just figured, well, I'll get into something with graphics and just do it this way. But in the meantime, I actually kept drawing, you know, a lot of the crazy entertainment style stuff, and kept drawing some cars here and there. And I had a teacher see my portfolio, and she was like, oh man, she goes, have you ever thought about going to Art Center? And I said, well, it's a dream of mine to go there, but there's no way, you know, I can't do that. And she goes, you ought to at least try, and you know, if you don't get accepted, you don't get accepted. If you do, then think about it and figure out what you want to do. And so I took her up on it. She was like, just take me for independent study, and I'll help you put a portfolio together. So I did that, and she helped me put a portfolio together to get into the school. And you could only get in by portfolio submission, and you had to be pretty good. I mean, they wanted to see that you could have good ideas and that you had something there to offer as far as the design world was concerned. And so she really encouraged me to do that, and I did. And then I actually did not get accepted the first time around, but by that time I actually had gotten the fever into me where I was like, man, this is what I really, really want to do, and get that fire lit under me to go to Art Center. So I did that, and I ended up taking like some night courses and stuff to get better at design, and just not only design, but just some more basics on drawing and I don't know, composition and all that kinds of stuff. And so in the meantime, my GPA actually had slipped really, really bad, down far enough to where it had it really affected my GPA. So they said, you're going to have to get your GPA up. So in the meantime of going to night school, I was going to community college and trying to get my GPA back up. It took me a while, but I finally did it and got into the program and started there and ended up graduating in in 2000, I think. That's when I graduated. Then from there, I actually went into the motocross industry and started designing for the motocross world. And I've kind of remained there a long time. That's what I'm doing today. One of my day jobs. Thanks, Prince. Yeah, it took a lot of perseverance, man. A lot of patience, time. I think I was so highly motivated back then. I just was like, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I mean, really, and yeah, I even had resistance from my own parents. They were like, "No, you need to get your degree from Cal Poly Pomona. Your art center is not going to work out for you." I think they thought deep down inside that there'd be no way that I'd finish that school. But I was so motivated to get that done, man. But so then from there, man, it's my career has really taken off, and I've done a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, that's very true, Andy Brewster. That's very true. A lot of good stories out there, people persevering and stuff and following what they want to do, or at least something like that. I just did what my dad told me since I don't have a backbone. Yeah. I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, really, you get I don't really know what drove me. I mean, I don't have like a secret or anything like that. I mean, I guess what drove me was my passion for art and design, and I was like, I don't want to let this go. I had enough jobs to where I was like, I do not want to end up in a job that I absolutely hate and despise. And I think I knew that deep down inside, and I just was like, if I don't do this, I mean, there was definitely backup plans that I had in place that I would have done. If the art thing wasn't going to work out, I actually was exploring becoming a chef. What else? There was something else I had other plans to do too. I worked at Disneyland for a long time, and I worked in the foods industry. But I was fortunate enough to work at Club 33, which was kind of like this real fancy French restaurant that was that really sparked that whole chef thing in me too. Hey Andy, is that you, by the way? I don't know if it's the Andy I know. Do I know you, Andy? I just thought of that. Then I got another friend of mine too that he was actually following the path of a professional tennis player, and he ended up changing his whole career and doing design, and he designed for like Mercedes and the movies and all that kinds of stuff. He's done some really neat things. Nah, it's not the Andy I know. Right on, man. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by the stream, Andy. Appreciate it, man. I was just Prince wanted to lurk, so I was doing a little bit of story time. I feel like I've done this story several times in here already, but it's always cool, I guess, to share. It's easy to tell your own story, right? So anyways, I've been working for the motocross industry for a long time, and then ended up going from the motocross industry into to Hot Wheels and toy design. And then I did toy design for a while. That was a blast. Got to do a lot of Batmobile stuff, and while I was at Mattel, I got to work with Pixar and Warner Brothers, and what else? There were several other companies I got to work with while I was there. It was a total blast. I got to go... Oh, DreamWorks. Got to work with a little bit of DreamWorks stuff. Got to see the studio, which was a blast. Oh, you saw me on Adobe a few weeks ago. Yeah, that was that night was crazy because I literally just started streaming. Like, that was my second stream, and some big YouTube, or not YouTube guy, big streamer rated me and like knocked me clear to the top. It was insane that night. And then shortly after that, Adobe rated me. That was a special night. But how did I get on Adobe, Motley? To be honest with you, I really don't know. I don't know what I did. I guess I kind of know. Basically, the stream had ended at like, it was like ending at 12:30 a.m. or something like that. And since I got rated by that other guy, I stayed on for a little bit longer. And then Adobe actually sent all their people to me. And I was drawing this car. That was the night. Hey, what's up, Cold Bones? How you doing, man? Glad you're saying hello. I always like to say hello. So anyways, yeah, that night was insane, man. It was this guy that rated me by, his name is this French Stallion, Le French Stallion. The dude's crazy, man. If anything, you got to check out his channel. It's hilarious, man. The guy is just a bundle of energy. And he plays he plays the guitar, Rocksmith. Rocksmith is the video game that he plays, and he's only played the guitar for like 2 years, but he's phenomenal at this game, man. You got to see him. But he carries on the whole French thing. It's really funny, but he'll have like over 1,000 people watching him at one time, man. He pulls the crowd. He does really well at that. It's hilarious. So anyways, that night, I think what happened was since he did that, it sent me to the top of the creative thing. So I was like in the top 3 at the top. So then I think Adobe sent me their people because I was up there. I'm just assuming that. I don't know if that's true or not. But that's kind of the gist of the story. It was lucky. It was lucky. There's no doubt about it, man. Because I think since then I probably had about 12 people in the stream. It's been my highest now. But it all takes time, man, and I understand that. I'm not gonna give up like I didn't give up for Art Center, man. If anything I've learned, and I've heard a lot of entrepreneurs talk about this, is that if you stick with something long enough, eventually you get your breaks, man. And I really believe that 100%. But you got to constantly push to get at it. So, hey, let's see here. There's another car drawing streamer. Yeah, who is there another? Who else does car stuff? Do you? Cold Bones? If you do, man, I'll have to check out your stream. Like even I was thinking of starting. What were you thinking of starting, Prince? I'm gonna put this down here. I don't know. Let's see, where is that other stuff? You are Cold Bones. Oh, that's cool, man. Do you stream? Do you stream on Twitch? Do you stream on Twitch, Cold Bones? You need a better webcam. Yeah, it does take a little bit of hardware to get into this, huh? Although I will say, all the equipment is fairly reasonable. It's not too crazy. I found out that I ended up buying some nicer stuff and didn't even really need it. But yeah, I ended up buying some nicer webcams. I mean, like the webcam I use is the Logitech C920. I think just about every streamer and their dog out there uses that one. But on Amazon, it's like, I mean, it's really reasonable. I think it's like $70 or something like that, $76 or something like that. But yeah, it's cool. So what kind of stuff do you draw? Cold Bones? All hand stuff or digital stuff or both? Or I mean, I do a little bit of both myself. I also do a lot of entertainment stuff as well. Oh, you used to do stuff on YouTube, huh? Oh, cool. I'll check it out. Oh, right on. You like the drift stuff, I'm assuming? Well, I guess all of it's not drift. That's cool. Yep, I was very much like you at that age, for sure. I drew a lot of car stuff probably when I got there. I mean, when I was about that age, doing I was telling Prince earlier that I did a lot of car drawings of Ferraris and things like that. Now I'm actually big time into hot rods. I love hot rod stuff. That and 60s cars. So, all right, I think I'm gonna leave this here. Well, let's see. I could use some detail here. For actually some of you guys coming into the stream, if you don't know what I'm working on, I'm actually working on. This is the back of a playing card right here, and I'm gonna have the deck on Kickstarter, and so the whole deck is hot rod themed. So it's all car related parts and stuff like that. Yeah, here's the other stuff if you want to see it. Cold Bones. Stance and drift and displacement. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I like all that drift stuff. I use a lot of JDM stuff as inspiration, man, when I draw stuff. So anyways, this is a lot of the stuff I'm working on for the card. So this is a 41 Willys, and that basically sits in between this art right here. And then this car is also flipped on this side too. So that's the jack of clubs. I actually, if you follow my Instagram account, I have pictures of all the stuff, like the whole card layout and everything. And then this here is actually the ace of spades. And then each ace has its own engine design. So that's what this art is here. And it's the backs of the cards. Originally it started out as the box, but I felt it served better as the back of the cards. So you can kind of see what that looks like. A little bit darker. All right, hey, take care, Prince. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you coming by and chatting. I'm sure I'll see you on tomorrow sometime. So I'm sure I'll see you in Aaron's stream. That or JD's, one of the two. Take care, man. Yeah, my link is actually, if you just scroll down. I think it's right under my page, or under my stream. I think it's either that or off to the right, one of the two. It says Instagram account, and I also have my whole portfolio there and everything. You can see all the artwork. And then what am I drawing on? This is, I actually don't know what the name of the thing is. It's marker paper. It's, yeah, it's Canson marker paper. It's got a nice, like, it's got a little bit of tooth to it. It works really good with pencil. I haven't been using markers on it, but let me know if you found that link. I think, like I said, it should be just below there. You should see all my info. I think I give just about everything I can. I have a store, all that stuff. Let's see, what am I going to draw right here? Let's look at my engine inspiration. Here's some of my inspiration I'm using right now. And what is the lighting? Oh, this. Oh, I gotcha. This is my it's a I guess you can't really see it. Actually, yeah, you can see it in the other camera. This is a light table. And then, like, you just basically, it's an LED light table. And so originally I had drawn this in my sketchbook, and then I laid it out in Photoshop and then printed it out off my printer. And then I'm using that to use as my underlayment. Because now I'm doing like the final line work for the cards. So, yeah, it works great, though. I think these lighting tables, I got just about everything I buy, seriously, is off of Amazon. I mean, like most of my art supplies. This lighting table, it's spelled Huion, Huon. And I think a lot of tattoo artists use this same light table. But yeah, it's nice because it's not like the old light tables that are like super bright. And you had to diffuse the light. This LED already, like, it diffuses it real nice. It's really cool. So, let's see. I need to get some detail in here. I think I'm going to go, actually, let's get some bolts going. So what I'm drawing now is this is just literally a bunch of random engine parts and stuff. Like nothing really makes sense in here. It's just a design on the back of the card. I almost feel like something could come out that way. So I see you're using colored pencils for those drawings too. That's cool, man. That's the ones that I saw there look pretty good. I actually went to school for car design. Hey, Dr. Feelgood. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see ya. I wondered where some of you guys were. I was missing some of you guys, man. But I got some other people in here now. I was just talking to Cold Bones. He's a fellow car artist himself. He's got some cool colored pencil drawings of drifting and stuff like that. Pretty sweet. How's work going today for you, man? I'm just sitting here working up the backs of the cards now. I was going to work on that Boba Fett drawing, but man, I got to talking and just kind of lost track of time. I don't know if, I don't know. I'll probably load it up for a little bit and work on it. Oh, so you do a primary sketch. That's cool. And trace it. That's tech cheating. I don't know, man. There's not a lot wrong with doing that. If you're learning stuff, I used to trace stuff myself. And as you do it more and more, you'll get better and better, and where you won't trace as much. And I mean, shoot, even still these days, like if I'm doing a hot rod design and it's based on a specific car, and I'm maybe not be familiar with it, I'll use it as an underlay. And I'll trace over it, but then I'll put my own design into it. Usually is what I do. Oh, you're looking at work on the weekend? Ah, man, that's the worst, dude. That is not good. I remember those days. Once in a while, I still have to do it now. Usually my weekend at work, though, is like if I'm traveling to overseas or something like that, I have to. I'll have to leave on the weekend or something like that and work over there. Let's see here. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make stuff up right now. Not sure what to do here. Looking at some reference here. Let's do this. Let's do some ridges. Dr. Feelgood, my kids were looking at your car, man. My boys love that thing. It's cool, man. And then today on I can't remember, it's somebody's Instagram, man. They posted a picture of your same car, not your car, but the same thing. I was like, man, what a coincidence. It was yellow, in fact. You were talking about the yellow one. That was, I think you said Cannonball Run, right? And somebody posted a picture of a yellow one today. I was like, man, I've never seen that car before, and there it is. It's cool. I don't know if the car was like somewhere out here in the U.S. I think my main goal for this piece, though, is I really want this engine to pop. I want it to, I want that to be the piece de resistance. Someone's got taste. Hey, Cold Bones, were you able to find my Instagram account by any chance too? I want to make sure that it is down there. Okay, let's see here. Could probably use some more here. Let's not line that up though. Let's move that over here. Where's my there we go. Let's use this. All right, that'll, let's see, that pipe will travel down here. Man, one of my concerns about this card deck, though, is that I hope a lot of this line work transfers. I need to, there's a guy I kind of became friends with that's created several card decks. I got to ask him about some of that stuff. Yeah, that car's cool, isn't it, Cold Bones? Interesting thing about this drawing is I have to think about it in quarters. I got to be able to replicate this thing, you know, in each corner so it all looks the same when you turn the card over. Okay, I think I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to go to the Boba Fett drawing. I want to work on it for a little bit. See if I can get more of my lighting in and stuff on that thing. Okay. Probably end up coming back and doing even more detail in this thing. This is actually really fun to do. Just draw a bunch of car parts all over the place. Or car engine indication or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of soothing almost. Just seeing what you can come up with. Definitely can't wait to launch this thing on Kickstarter, man. I think once I get the back of the box done, and let's see, the back of the cards, the box, and probably maybe one more card, I don't know. I can compile most of it and like start to make it look like a deck. Because obviously I can't get the deck done before. So you can't find my Instagram account? That's weird. Maybe when I'm streaming you can't see it or something like that. That's odd. I thought you could. Actually, here, I'll just write it down. There you go. That's my Instagram account. So just take that name and plug it in there. You'll find me. Yeah, I guess you can't, huh? I thought you could get to the Instagram stuff when I was streaming. I guess I never really paid much attention to that. I always tell people it's down below. Or off to the side, one or the other. Okay. I think that's good. That's going to be, should be a nice, complicated design for the back of the card. Should look pretty cool, I think. Especially when I fill it out like that other stuff. Oh, hey, you know what else I drew this earlier, Dr. Feelgood? I was playing around with some hot rod tractors. In my first book, I actually drew these tractors that were all hot rodded out. So it was I was just playing around in the beginning. So this one is obviously a standard one, and then I took it and made it into a hot rod. Kind of fun. All right. I'll move into some digital stuff and work on the Boba Fett. Did you get my Instagram account there, Cold Bones? Did you figure it out? Right on. Okay. I'm going to move on to digital stuff now. So, let's see. All looks good, I think. Let me pull my mic a little closer to me too so I'm not yelling. Okay. So this here, I know you haven't been here from the beginning on this Cold Bones, but this here was a Boba Fett hot rod that I was working on just for fun. So it started out kind of based on all of his Slave One cues. There we go. So this was the original, let's see. Yeah, this is all the original sketches and stuff. So that's what it looked like. I think I have this on my Instagram account originally. So now I'm on this and I'm gonna render it all up. So the other day I was figuring out my perspective on this and made this grid. And so these are all the path lines that lay out my grid on that street scene. So the other day, what I was doing is just adding some noise to the whole scene. And what I mean by the noise is kind of like, see, originally it looked like that. So I'm adding in details to the cars and things like that. And I'm going to start doing some of the more of the shadows and more of the lighting right now and kind of work it up from there. My pen, there it is, got knocked over. I want this more purpley. So yeah, right now, like I said, I'm just going to add some more light and shadow and just start giving it some more interest. And really starting to lay out the scene. I need to do some more adjustment too to my my perspective. Really, I think I need to go a little more on the purple side here. Oh, hey, Shoe Thief. How you doing, man? Good to see you here, bud. You can do like like an AT-AT? Yeah. Actually, I'm going to end up doing all this kind of want this light coming from over here to really be a big emphasis on this guy right here. So let's see. Actually, my lighting's probably going to be a little bit. Might end up coming right through there too. Actually, what I can do. So how you doing, Shoe Thief? Had you not? I guess you hadn't been. I guess I just met you in other streams, huh? What stream did I meet you in? Kind of forgot. Oh, okay. Did you say no headlights? Actually, it will eventually get headlights. Let's see. I think the way I drew this, I know that it's been a little confusing to some people, and that's why I want to add some taillights that actually this is the front of the car because it has a hot rod style proportion to it. So I'm going to probably end up putting some taillights in the back here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, to me, that's obvious if I do that, but I don't know. I might throw them in there. Who knows? And I also might raise the cockpit area up a little bit more to really push that window forward so it doesn't look like this is the front of the car anymore. Hey, what's up, Quinn? How you doing? Hey, I'm getting several people walking in here now. It's good, man. Good. Glad you guys are all stopping by. So how's everybody doing tonight? Oh, on the other cars. Yeah, Cold Bones. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. But what my main emphasis is still this like almost like street light scene. So you're not going to really, you're going to almost get more like rim lighting around these cars, and then I might put like faint lights on the front of these that are like, you know, like maybe the dimmers are on or something like that. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm going to end up knocking this back a little bit more. Oh, thanks, Quinn. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just finally starting to establish a little bit more lighting and stuff in this right now because yesterday I put a little bit more detail into it, and now I'm trying to figure out the lighting in it. Kind of, let's see here. Now I've got more people watching, so I got to perform, right? I end up hitting this a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to try this out here, see what this looks like. Yeah, so earlier we talked about, I was kind of giving my life story to, I don't know if you guys know Prince of Motley. I know that he's in several other streams that I've watched. He was on here earlier. We were talking for a while. I was talking about kind of my story, where I come from, and what I've been doing and stuff like that. So it was kind of fun. If there's anything you guys want to know right now, ask me too. I'm kind of just still setting it up, so. I think that second one might be too strong. Yeah, I'm not really digging that second light source. I don't like that at all, in fact. And I think my shadows got too purple too. I'm gonna have to dumb those down a little bit, take some saturation out. I just kind of like this one light coming over here. Almost, you know what? Might kick in a light coming in this way. You're exhausted. How come, man? What you exhausted from? I'm not liking the feel of that. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it right now. I do have this other light coming from back here, which I like. That just gives me some more kind of rim lighting stuff. And I feel like I keep hearing this alarm in my background. I don't know what it is. So what's your I'm just curious, you know, some of you guys, how long have some of you guys been here on Twitch? Like have you been here because of the video game stuff, or did some of you guys come on because of the creative, or like what? I'm kind of curious what your guys' take is on it, because I know that I've only been here for, I mean, originally I started watching Twitch because of I play Destiny, and I got on here because a few of the streamers and stuff started watching, like I don't know, some of the guys like this guy named King Gathalion and a guy named Professor Broman, and then a few of the other like really cool streamers that do Destiny and stuff like that. And then I noticed that they had a Twitch section, and I think I followed some artists that had started doing Twitch. And I was like, they're doing Twitch? Like they're live streaming their art? So I got in and checked it out. So so you've been doing it for a while then, huh, Quinn? And then Horse Thief, you've only been here for a few months. Oh, okay. So what's your take on it, Quinn? I mean, it seems really cool to me. Like I feel like seriously, I've met some really cool people. I think Sam's a really cool dude, and I've met several other, a guy named JD Scribbles. I don't know if you guys know who he is. I know the guy that got me on here in creative was a guy named Jerkmonger. He goes, he's a comic artist, phenomenal dude, man. His stuff is so good, and I followed him for a long time on Instagram. And I saw that he was doing the Twitch stuff. I was like, oh man, I got to check that out. And so I got on and watched him do a stream, and I was like, dang, I kind of want to do that, because I used to do a lot of YouTube a while ago, and then I just kind of got out of it. I went through just kind of a rough spot in my life where I just kind of stopped doing it for a while and ended up just taking full-time job and doing that. But in the last few years, I've just really wanted to ramp back up and start getting involved in doing stuff again. So yeah, he got me on here and started inspiring me to do that stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of curious what your take is on it, Quinn. Been a good experience for you so far and stuff? I know it definitely seems a little tough to get like a decent amount of people to watch your stream. I'm not sure how your stuff is, Quinn, as far as how many people you get in yours right now. I mean, if you've been doing it for a year, I would imagine that you've got at least a decent amount, right? Get some lighting off of boba here. Yeah, I like the interactivity of Twitch too. I'm with you on that. It is very fun. It definitely takes a little getting used to at first, because what I find a struggle right now is, since I'm just starting out with my stream, is figuring out like just talking, I know that some streamers don't talk at all, and other streamers have, full-on conversations that they're telling stories and stuff like that. And I forgot about my Cheeto layer. Oh no, did I flatten it? I think I did. So anyways, real quick, there's a total side note. He's got a bag of Cheetos in his pockets, man. I forgot, and I flattened that layer. We had a funny conversation about Cheetos, so I ended up putting Cheetos in his pocket for the time being. It was rather funny. Whoops. And I ended up flattening the layer now. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised to not see more artists on here. Oh, you got to stream on Adobe. Oh, that's cool, Quinn. Yeah, I bet that would help out quite a bit. I got I got hosted by Adobe one night when I was streaming really late. That was about my extent. I actually used to do a lot of work for Painter, Corel Painter. I was one of their master painters for a while, and used to do like I used to do like oh gosh, my head's just not thinking. I used to do conventions and stuff for them, and so I'd go demo the program and all that, and I got to do it a few times at a Comic-Con, and that was a blast. And got paid for it too. It was really cool. Fingers too. Oh, maybe I'm just zoomed in too much. I feel like it was too big. Probably noodling that too much right now anyways. Let's get out of here. So, yeah, so I used to do stuff for them, and I haven't done as much for them lately. Yeah, it was a pretty cool gig. I was all over their box art and then like a lot of their promo stuff. They actually shot a commercial with some of my artwork in it. That was kind of neat. But the funny thing was they totally showed some other dude drawing it, and I'm like, that stinks. Some guy sitting there at a computer, and they pan back, and he's like drawing one of my spaceships on the screen. Like, hey, that's not me. That was kind of funny. Oh shoot, I'm bummed I put that Cheeto bag in there. One thing is, man, I need to fix some perspective stuff too up here, I think. Oh no, I actually corrected it, kind of. Okay. I'm gonna actually flatten this stuff again. I actually don't like to work in layers. I actually like to flatten stuff all the time. Yeah, Zaver, there's Zaver, man. that was the guy that I did the Cheetos for. How you doing, bud? Good to see you here. Oh, Quinn, so you've never used a Painter before? It's actually a pretty cool program. It has a lot of neat brushes in it and stuff that really work really well for natural like stuff, like getting really good, like like if you want good paint strokes and like acrylic and watercolor stuff. There's some really neat stuff in there to give more of a traditional look, I should say. Oh, sorry, yawning. But I kind of stopped using it because I just got to know Photoshop so well for so long that it was always my comfort zone to always go back to Photoshop. And one of my biggest hangups with Painter, and like I said, I do like the program, it's a good program, but one of my biggest things that I always wanted them to fix was their transformation tools. Like all the skew and the warp that Photoshop has. I mean, hands down, it works so well. And I use it a lot, like for lining up logos and things like that. I do industrial design by the day, so I've got to be a little more precise with my stuff. And the transformation tools, I always would have to end up taking it into Photoshop because I could never get them to work right. And I just did not use all the brushes that they would put in there. like I just didn't care for all the gimmicky brushes, like you know, a lot of the lighting brushes and things like that. I just wouldn't use it, and I just stuck to just a few brushes, and you know, eventually it got to the point where I found myself just always going back to Photoshop constantly, because like I said, it just was I was comfortable with it, and that's basically what I learned to digital paint on, you know, and so that really just changed my mind towards some things. Okay, I kind of want to take out some of the yellow. I'm not liking some of this light here. Although it was my original reference I was looking at, I was kind of referencing more of a green light. Let me try some things here. Yeah, you can't beat Photoshop. I mean, it's super stable. It works most of the time. I've had a few problems with it in the past, but pretty rare. I do all of my industrial design work in it. I mean, I design motocross gear by day, so I mean, I use Photoshop for that. I use Illustrator as well. Sometimes I have to do graphics for some of the stuff I design, so I'll use Illustrator. And those two programs I've just become so familiar with that it's hard for me to move on. I will say I have started using a SketchUp or Sketchbook Pro a little bit for sketching. That actually for sketching, man, feels super nice. I dig it. I like it a lot, in fact. So I'm sitting here now thinking about this. I'm trying to find. I want to go to not AutoColor. I'm not thinking right now. Autotone, no adjustments. Color balance. This is what I want. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna take out. If I put a little more, then it gets really blue. It's not bad though. Kind of gives a neat tone to it. I don't know. I wasn't digging that yellow in there. It was looking just kind of sickly to me. There you go. All green. Go a little bit more on the magenta side, maybe. Probably go with that and shift the light more to a yellow. Back off some of the blue a little bit. I think I'm going to remove a little of the saturation too. One of my biggest downfalls is I always put too much saturation in my stuff, and I'm trying to fix that. One thing I noticed, I don't know if you guys have seen that. Oh, you use Sketchbook Pro too? Yeah, it's really nice. I actually just bought a subscription to it. I mean, shoot, it's like $29 a year for the program. I mean, for the whole year, and you get all the updates and everything. So that's where it came from. Yeah. I think I like that better. All right, I'm going to spend a little time on the Cheetos. What was the conversation? All right, so Zaber Tech there came in the stream the other day, and he was feeling awful. So he said that he hadn't been feeling good, so he hadn't eaten anything in a while. So he was like, "Man, I'm really hungry." He goes, "You know what? Forget it. I'm just going to have some Cheetos." And so about the time that I was going to hang up from the stream, he goes, "Man, I'm feeling good." He goes, "I ate the Cheetos and I'm not puking anywhere." And and I said, "Oh, that's good." And so then he says, I said, "So what do you guys think about the image?" He goes, "Oh, you need to add some Cheetos." And I'm like, "Yeah, it does. It needs Cheetos in it." So long story short, that was it. So that's how the Cheetos ended up in the in Boba Fett's pouch. So I'll probably leave them there for a little bit, just for fun. It's a good story, right? So what kind of stuff do you do again, Quinn? Refresh my memory, because I know I've seen you before. Oh, man, that's really good. I don't know why I didn't... Oh, you're part of the art posse too. Right on. That's cool. Very cool, man. Yeah, I saw... Gosh, I don't remember when I saw your stuff. I saw it maybe when I was just going through the creative directory at one time. And I was like cranking through everybody's stuff, just seeing what was out there and what people were doing. And I was seeing if there was any artists that I knew that were doing stuff. And I was like, dang, I'm like the only vehicle guy on here right now. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'm not sure who just followed me right now, but thank you. I didn't see the notification. Yeah. I will look right now at your stuff because you're in my stream and I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Okay, well here, I'll give you a follow too. I have seen your stuff. Awesome. Yeah, that's killer stuff, man. That's really good. I don't know why I didn't... Oh, you're part of the art posse too. Right on. That's cool. Very cool, man. Yeah, I saw... Gosh, I don't remember when I saw your stuff. I saw it maybe when I was just going through the creative directory at one time. And I was like cranking through everybody's stuff, just seeing what was out there and what people were doing. And I was seeing if there was any artists that I knew that were doing stuff. And I was like, dang, I'm like the only vehicle guy on here right now. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'm not sure who just followed me right now, but thank you. I didn't see the notification. Art Posse represented. Yeah, that's true, man. You guys are. Now, is the Art Posse, was that started by Sam originally? Is that like his thing? Or did that stem off of several of you guys? Did you all start the Art Posse? Kind of curious. I know, like, I used to be really active on... Oh, thanks, Cold Bones. No problem, man. Oh, okay, so you both found it. Oh, that's cool, man. Right on. Yeah, because I used to be really active on conceptart.org. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm assuming they're still around. I know that I felt like that environment got kind of toxic in a lot of ways. Like, kind of really... like just superior type attitudes for a bit. I don't know if it's changed or whatever. And then I was on DeviantArt for a while, but I felt like DeviantArt just it's really hard to filter through all this stuff on there. Actually, what am I doing right now? And I haven't really gotten involved in another site like that anymore. I post all my portfolio stuff on Behance, though. That's where I keep most of my work. Oh, so you started that last July. Wow, man. That's kind of cool. He's got me on your Discord now. But I have to admit, I'm a little clueless on the Discord stuff, on how all that works. I don't really know. I know it's sort of like Skype type of thing, but it involves lots of people on it. Am I right in saying that? Man, I know I'm hearing an alarm. It's driving me crazy right now. So what's your background, Quinn and Horse Thief? Both of you guys found the Crimson Daggers? Oh, see, I don't even know what that is. What's Crimson Daggers, man? Tell me about that. I wonder if I heard somebody mention that today. I don't remember. I feel like somebody said so. I know that I've heard a couple other groups. Actually, is that guy named Den Money? Is he with that? Oh, did I say Horse Thief? Oops, sorry, man. Oh, dude, I feel bad now. It's pretty active. Oh, it was pretty active? So is it not around anymore? Or it's just not as active as it was or something like that? By Dan Warren and Dave Raposa. Ah. It's still around, just not as active. Oh, okay. I think I've heard of Dave Raposa, but I'm not sure who the other guy is. Yeah, let's see what else. Yeah, Behance basically became my main site, and I kind of stopped really going around the forums. Actually, just because I hadn't found another group again. Like I said, I used to post quite a bit on the concept art. I went to a couple of their whatever they were called. I can't think of them. The seminars they had up in San Francisco and stuff. Hey, Sam, what's up, man? Hey, we were just talking about you. We were just talking about the art posse and stuff. I was asking if you were the one that started that. So Quinn just gave me the lowdown. Actually, that's not going to get that much light. It's going to get a lot less. So how you doing tonight, Sam? Oh, thanks, Sam. Yeah, it's coming along. I'm moving pretty slow on it. Man, in all honesty, I haven't done a rendering like this in a long time, man. I think the last time I did it, I did a commission piece for a guy for a 67 Camaro. Most of the time, I just render up products and stuff, so I haven't really... And I kind of told you that I've been trying to brush up on my my skills on the whole composition and scene and all that stuff. Just hanging out, messing around on Twitch. It's easy to do. Is there a lot of people on right now? I know I checked out a few earlier. I was watching. Well, I've been hanging out with JD Scribbles quite a bit, looking at his stuff. We've been talking a lot. Then I checked out. Oh gosh, her name is. She's doing a web comic right now. Verdix, is that right? I was watching her work a little bit. It's addicting, man. That's for sure. I think this Twitch thing's gonna. I mean, my prediction. One of the reasons I wanted to get on here was I think it's gonna blow up. I feel like it's gonna do the same thing it did with the video games, where it kind of was slow at first, but then kind of slowly got traction as time went on. I know it seems like you guys have kind of caught it in a good spot so far. And also, it's just inspiring to get on here and see all the people work and, just get inspired by other artists. It's cool. Love it. Because myself, I actually work at home, so. Yeah, you should. You need to get on here and start streaming. What kind of stuff do you do, Shoe Thief? Some of my line work here. Yeah, you feel it's kind of the best of most personal community you can find for your art. Yeah. So I can see it continuing to grow. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm totally with you on that. It's very, very interesting. The other thing that I was going to comment about, what I really like about it, is that I work at home for my main job, and so I don't work in a studio, so it's really nice to just get other artists. I mean, because even the guys that I work with, they're all based out of Idaho, so I get to see their stuff on Skype or when I travel to Idaho, but I don't get that interaction, whereas, I'm getting a little bit of that on Twitch, which is kind of funky. Let's see, that's going to probably be a little more in shadow. Get shadow. Might need to move that up a little bit. Well, no, we could. You do for fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk. Ooh, cool. Well, sounds like a lot of cool stuff, Shoe Thief. I like that. Do you have a portfolio somewhere? Well, I know that you said you were with that group. Some light bouncing off of here, maybe. Let's try this. So, Sam, do you moderate like every single night for Adobe? Like, is there, if they host you as a streamer, is that like part of their shtick that you gotta moderate as well? Oh, that doesn't work. All right, never mind that. Not every night, just 3 times a week. Oh yeah, I can turn up my music a little bit, no problem, man. Usually a lot of times people are saying, hey, can you turn it down? Let me know how that is, Cold Bones. Oh, it's a separate thing. Oh, you have a portfolio of Carbon made. So do you go by the Shoe Thief on DeviantArt? I think my account name is Future Elements. I used to go by Future Elements a long time ago. That's what my company name was and stuff. And then later started my own brand, chicken, which was called Masters of Chicken Scratch. So I've just kind of kept that now. Almost felt like that was working better earlier. I don't know. I think I might need to move on to another area here. I'm trying to futz with this a little too much. So how is it a separate thing then? They say, hey, we need you to moderate here? Or it's because they choose you as a moderator since you are a streamer and they can kind of trust you. Is that kind of their thing? Starving artist on DeviantArt. You have to pay for it? I didn't know that. I was just on DeviantArt today. I can't remember why. I think once in a while I just go in there and check to see if anybody's written me or anything like that or something. Most of the time I get like stuff like, hey, can you draw, I don't know, what, like, can you draw a Camaro for me or something like that? Oh, you signed up for it, okay. That's cool. Now, did you sign up to moderate before you got or before they started hosting you, or was it the other way around? I think you told me a little bit about this the other day. I remember asking you. Whoops. Oh, you were before they launched their channel on Twitch? So how did that all happen then? Like, were you already doing stuff with Adobe then before they got on here? By the way, Shoe Thief, I'll get on and check out your stuff too, man. I'll take a look at it. If you want, you can send a link in my chat. Feel free to do that. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so you were recommended by Twitch staff. Okay, I gotcha now. Gotcha. I see. That's cool. Well, they picked a good guy for it, that's for sure. Actually, everyone on there has been really fun to watch. I enjoy Molt too. He's a crack up. And then that other what's his name? The guy that does concept art for man, I can't think of his name. Or the video game stuff. The Skyrim. Can't remember his name offhand right now. Joel? Is it Joel? Oh, thanks, Shoe Thief. Oh, let's see here. I probably need to call it a night here. I didn't get a lot done on this, but it's getting there. Still, this is a little bit hot right here, but you know what I could do? That could be something coming. Maybe that's another light coming out from over the top here. Might create some neat areas of light bouncing around right here. I want to see his work. Actually, I'll take a look at it. Although let's see here. So everyone can see his work. Oh wow, man, look at that. Book cover. Oh, that's cool. That reminds me of Michonne, obviously, in Walking Dead. Right on, man. Nice work. You've been working hard. That's super cool. Okay, let me hit some light on these guys too. I don't want to turn green though. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know about that light. It's going to take away from it. I don't think I'm going to do that. Although I have that hot spot that's catching that light that looks really cool, so I'll come back to that too. Man, the other day, Sam, are you still in here? If you are, I was watching that Mr. Jack, dude. Gosh, that guy is just mind-blowing, dude. I was in his stream watching him draw that girl that was a knight. Oh my gosh, it's just, that guy just flows. Like, he is just so experienced in this stuff. Just flat out amazing, man, what that guy produces. Oh yeah, Jack makes me cry too. Yeah. I was just like, man, it's like, I just know that, I mean, now granted, I have not been doing stuff like this for years. Like, stuff like this specifically. But I've been designing for a while. Although I guess I a lot of more industrial design, product type stuff. But man, when I watch that guy work, you're like, he's just just a force to be reckoned with. I mean, just blows my mind. I think I even said that in a stream the other day. I'm like, man, it's just amazing to watch you work because it just make it look so easy. Like, the way he gets his stuff to read is so dead on, man. Like, I could say that I could to a certain degree, but his levels just, it's up there, man. It's just so up there. Yeah, that's totally true, Sam. I agree with you on that. It does. It gives you something to work for, that's for sure. It's yeah, seeing him work, it definitely makes you want to work even harder. I think also it just makes me realize too that there's always going to be somebody better than you, and you'll never, I mean really, you'll never reach the top. You'll never reach the top. I don't care how old you are and how experienced you are, I don't think you'll ever plateau, you know? I suppose you could plateau, but it's a bad thing then, you know? And the selflessness and the aggressive motivation, yeah, totally, man. Okay, come on, man. I want to get this down here. I can't get the... Let's do this instead. Of course, I mean, they only hire the best of the best there at Blizzard, that's for sure. I just saw that there was an artist that I followed that just quit there. And he was saying he wanted to branch out on his own. I think he was, he has really good art, he's really good. But I think he was more of a 3D modeler. Oh, I know, he goes by the name of Cube Brush. I followed this guy for a long time. And he just recently quit there, and he said that he wanted to do his own thing. I guess he was leaving under good terms and everything, he said. But he just said he felt he needed to branch out. Yeah, getting a job there is not easy, man. I know that there's actually a friend of mine that I know from the toy industry that's been, I mean, he's been trying to get there for a really, really long time. And he has a pretty nice portfolio too, but I think they're, you know, they obviously have their standards. I still want to remove some of this purple, man. I still feel like it's too purple. Take out some of the saturation in there. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's not a studio. I think that's what he calls himself now. Yeah, he's done quite a few tutorials on YouTube. That's how I came across him. And he yeah, he's really good at the mech stuff. But like I said, I don't think he was actually doing the concept art for them. I think he did a lot of 3D stuff. Although his artwork was really good. It was awesome. But even that guy wasn't near the level that Cube Brush, I mean, that Jack is. I mean, Jack is just... to take that out. Let's just do this. Be kind of cool to make. Of course, then I'm getting into that, but let's see here. Oh, Blue Fly. Yeah, that is him. Uh-huh. Yeah, he used to go by Blue Fly, but he changed the cube brush. Uh-huh. Oh, really? Your aunt works at the front desk, huh? That's cool. Aunt, not aunt. Yeah, that is him. I remember him going by that name. Totally. Hey Sam, I wanted you to notice I drew a character in here, man. If you see anything that needs work, let me know, man. He's pretty rough and loose. This is pretty rare for me to do this very often, but I like it. I need to do it more often for sure. Well, hey, Cold Bones, you need to start working hard so you can get in there. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad it's looking good so far. Believe it or not, I've actually drawn a few characters in the past. They've come out all right. I did this. I did a kid one time for my friend, and it actually turned out pretty well. Did a bunch of research. That's probably why. In fact, I downloaded Jack's brushes. I've been meaning to try these. I forgot that I had them, man. This is that one that's soft on the edge but round on the other. Or yeah, soft and hard. Yeah, this hand right here, you might be right. Oh, I know why it looks like it's floating. It's because I didn't add it in the shadow right here. Actually, I didn't even touch this bar at all. You know what actually helped me out? Get oh, you have two sets. What helped me get this pose is I actually used an action figure that I had. One of the Play Arts ones that has all the joints in it. I put him in this position. Actually, this brush feels good. Let's see, I'm probably going to get a little knocked back there. Yeah, I don't like his hand right here. Definitely don't like his hand. His hand needs work. Yeah, you know what? To be honest with you, since I upgraded to this Photoshop, I've only got this many in here now. But yeah, before that, I had all kinds of brushes too. And you'll like play with a few, and then you'll figure out, and you'll just go back to the ones you always used. I know that that guy, you guys probably know who he is Fang Zhu. I think I told you this, Sam, but I was classmates with him. Uh-oh, just lost my, there we go. But Fang and I used to be in school together at Art Center, and even back then, that guy was phenomenal. But his whole take on brushes is kind of interesting. Like, he's like, I never give my brushes away, because he's like, you need to get the feel for what works and doesn't work. And a brush isn't going to make you a good artist, so you've got to go try. You've got to go experiment on your own and get your own stuff together. Like, he doesn't give his brush set away, basically. But he uses very little, too. He doesn't use a lot. Yeah, he's a real advocate of that. Like, he doesn't... It's interesting. I mean, I can understand his take. I mean, a lot of it is somewhat true. Like, you can see all these guys use all these different brushes, but you do need to get a feel for them yourself. Because what works for one person may not work for another. And, man, I always still... I mean, obviously, these two brushes are the two that I use the most, the soft and the hard round. I always resort back to them, totally. You can do so much with those two brushes. Oh, were you saying oh for real, like you didn't know we were classmates? Or were you saying oh for real about the brushes? Yeah, he actually, the funny story about Fang, he never finished school. He actually got a job. Who did he get a job with? I want to say he got a job with oh gosh, he got a job with one of the video game studios. And he basically left school before he ever graduated, which, in all honesty, I think was pretty smart for him to do, because he didn't rack up all the student loans that all of us had. I think that was part of his thinking, though, is he's like, man, I'm gonna get out of here before I rack up all these loans, And so, sure enough, he took off. And then the next thing you know, I think the next thing I saw him working on was all the Star Wars stuff. He worked on all the prequels, the 1, 2, and 3. And I was like, man, that dude, he was another guy that just took off. And then the next thing I know, he was opening a school, and I was like, dang, dude, crazy. He was he was another monster, man. He would just if we had an assignment due, he would go extra. He would go extra further than everybody else in the class. He'd just you'd be like, wow, man. Like if we had to do 30 pages of renderings or something like that in a week, he would do he'd do 50. And definitely, I learned a lot from watching the guy, just working extra hard. But he would just crank out the work like nothing else. He was a hard worker. Crazy work ethic. And not only that, he was also working on I remember one of his biggest things that he would redraw all the Warcraft stuff. He was redrawing all the little icons, all the little castles or the little huts and all that stuff from Warcraft. It was funny, man. And so he would replicate all that, and he would draw it in his sketchbook. And it looked really cool, but it was just like the game. And I remember thinking, I'm like, why are you drawing that? It already exists, but he learned a lot from doing that. I think he picked up a lot of just how to work in the video game industry by doing some of that stuff. And yeah, I was around some pretty when I was in school, I was around some pretty amazing guys. There's other guys out there too that you may not even know of, just because they don't really do much anymore. But I had Ed Natividad come to our class. I don't know if you know who that is. He did tons of stuff for Star Wars originally. Doug Chang, I got to meet him. Who else? There was another guy that was really big in the entertainment industry, kind of when I was coming out. What's his name? I don't remember. Oh, you got to leave, Dr. Feelgood? All right, man. Take care, bud. Yeah, no problem. I'll see you next time. Sorry, I hope I didn't keep talking. And I didn't see you leave, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there was... shoot, he built this really weird car. It was all gold and had it was run by natural gas. Craig Kimber. He was another guy in there too. Then there's another guy that I'm actually good friends with now, a guy named John Fry, that's really good at vehicle stuff. If you ever look up vehicle stuff, look up a guy named John Fry. He's actually a guy, he works at Honda, but he designs stuff for real cars, but I think he's getting sick of it. I don't know why I'm spending so long on that wrist thing. It doesn't even look cool. It looks like a brick on his hand. I need to look at that. Looks dumb. It's because I'm talking. You got to take off too, Cold Bones? All right, man. I probably need to call it a night myself. I appreciate you guys coming in the stream, man. It's good to catch up with you guys and just talk. So anyways, I made some progress. I got some done on my card deck and then worked on this for a bit, so... hey Sam, have you seen any of my card deck stuff? I don't know if you've seen any of that. Yeah, I feel like this is working. I don't know about this lighting here. I might come back and retweak that. I kind of like the way that's highlighting though right there. Yeah, no problem, Shoe Thief. Oh, you saw me working on a card. Okay. Right on. Yeah, then you probably have seen... I don't know if you saw my ace. This is the ace. Here, I'll show it to you. Then I'll probably call it a night. So that's the ace of spades. And then earlier I was working on, this is, actually I can turn on the table. This is going to be the backs of the cards here. Oops, there we go. So it's like, that's kind of my main project for Twitch. That's actually why originally I got on here, was to promote that. And then the that card deck is gonna, all the proceeds are gonna go to a charity that I support. So then the Boba Fett thing just kind of became a side project. I saw that you guys are working on a couple at a time. It's kind of nice to break it up. So, all right, guys. Well, have a good night, and thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you guys doing that. And just to let you guys know, I stream on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. So I will be back on Tuesday, and I might be back on. Actually, I might be back on tomorrow because my wife actually has to work, so I might take that opportunity to do that. So I will talk with you guys later, and thanks for stopping by.